Hi, this is Brian Jones from eLearning Art. Today I wanted to show you how you can build conversations in your eLearning courses, and this will be the overview video. I'll have a few follow-up lessons as well that get into some of the cool techniques that I'm using. So I thought I'd show you some screenshots of what a conversation might look like. This is kind of what the end product would be, and these would each be their own individual slides, but you could have two people talking to each other in an office. This woman says something, and then we change angles. Ian here responds, and then we flip the view again over Ian's shoulder, where we now have Lily responding to Ian, and then a zoom in of Ian, followed up by some slide. So this could be like a lead into a scenario where you'd have a snippet of a conversation that was built through sequential images, followed by some sort of question. It could just be a question to be thinking about something. It could be something where you'd then have choices that were made. But essentially, this is kind of what the output could be. Now, the example that I showed you didn't actually use every single angle that I set up when I build my templates for conversations. So I thought I'd show you kind of the 8 angles that I build for conversations. I usually do 2 establishing shots. So it could be something that's like a building of the office, and then like a zoomed out view of the room that they're in. And then I do a mid zoom where it's going to be kind of a torso crop. And what I do here, it's actually just a single background image, and I'll get more into that. I'm panning across that image to give you kind of a left, center, and right pan. And I did that in the same thing for the zoom ins, do the same thing where there's a full left pan, center, and right. Now these are different than the output that I showed you because I had colorized the backgrounds, and we'll get into some more of that as well. I just wanted to give you a little overview here first. So I built all of those in PowerPoint, and what I want to show you here is for the background, I actually end up with just 3 images. I had the original image here, and then what I did was I sized this to be a 4:3 ratio so that it would fit into an authoring tool like PowerPoint. I did 800 by 600, a little oversized, but that's okay. And then I create another version of it where it's kind of a panoramic view that's zoomed in mid, and then here's a real panoramic where I just kind of take the upper portion of that. And this transforms that one image into something where we can kind of pan across and create these different zooms. Now I also want to show you what I do with the characters. A character that's set up well for conversations, you're going to have both front and side views of listening poses, of talking poses as well. So let's get down here. There's a few talking poses, and then the one sneaky shot here is the over the shoulder. I apply a kind of a blur effect and darken the image, and that gives you that view of the over the shoulder. So that gives you the over the shoulder view here, like this, where you're going back and forth, over Ian's shoulder here, and then the over Lily's shoulder here. Anyways, I have a few follow-up lessons where I'm actually going to show you how you set up those background images, how you set up your character images, and then how to also create contrast between the background and the characters, as well as a few other techniques. But anyways, conversations are a big part of storytelling in building e-learning courses. They can set up scenarios. They can just be a way through a Socratic method where you could be revealing information or content just through a conversation, and that gives context to how that information would be used in the type of scenario that you would want the end user to be actually applying that information. So hope you found that useful. Be on the lookout for the next few lessons.